Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot. Going to do the readings.
Time for the TarotOracle show.
What is going on? Thank you for your donation. SP Dreaming with Tess B52 with a double shot. Nylie, welcome. Appreciate you being here. We got Bart Man, we got Effie, we got SP, Shamanic Journey, and Reiki Marie, Awakening Empress, Cinderella. Thank you all. Dreaming with Tess, let me know. You want a generic love reading? Dreaming with Tess, is that what you wanted? Let me know if that is what you wanted or not. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get SP on the table right there. Let's see what's going on with this week in a career. We need more career in the rear sometimes. Let's do it with some Buddha, little Buddha tarot. We'll reach into the depths of all of the career information, and it will let us know what's going on as far as this week and career, and where are we going to go with all of that. We need to know, need some details on that. We got a little bit of a Six of Swords with the Temperance. It looks like a change of career is over. It looks like some of the opportunities that we were looking at, some of the things that we were excited about would have been great to sort of embrace. That's kind of over. We're sort of reset. We're sort of on the other side of that, trying to figure out where that is going to be or what the end date for that is. Six of Swords looks like basically it's more of the same, kind of just reviving some of the stuff that we've done before, sort of figuring out where we are going, and kind of sort of, you know, trying to figure out basically where we're going to be at the end of the day. Temperance definitely says, as far as career is concerned, don't be going into too many extremes, especially this week, and that is going to be a best option for you as far as sort of where you want to go. So there we go. Look like some changes are over, and we have kind of a settled state waiting for us. Wow, we got a lot of people. We got Amazing Fruits, B52, Cassandra, Awakening Empress, YouTube user, Chosen One, and Nylie. Welcome. Appreciate you hanging out. Dreaming with a Tess wants to know a little bit of a love reading. Let's get some love readings and get that rocking and rolling. Marie, I thank you for your other dono. I greatly appreciate you. It is a modern love kind of reading. Let's get some modern love moving over here and see ultimately where we are going to go and what kind of things are going to happen with that. All right. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. And B52, we got Marie. I thank you for your other donations. I greatly appreciate you. All right. So let's see. Love, we got an Eight of Wands. You're being pulled into a particular direction in love, and yeah, this is going to be something that is a directionality that you'll like. This is a direction that you're kind of refreshing, you're waiting for, you are looking forward to a little bit of this directionality within the mix of this love and all of that other stuff. Eight of Wands says you're being guided, you're being pulled, you're being sort of yanked into a little bit of a distance here that's going to be interesting and something that you would like. Five of Cups says some of the disappointment, some of the things that maybe you have been chasing, you're trying to get sort of on the road to, is going to be difficult to sort of lose or shake, but this is something that is definitely coming to a close, and that's something that you kind of find refreshing. Sort of finally this is coming to a close. Finally, I don't have to deal with some of the issues that I have been dealing with, that I have been trying to sort of figure out, you know, kind of thing with that. Eight of Pentacles talks about the road ahead. It does require some work as far as love is concerned. It could be sort of maintaining something. It could be some balances, some fine tuning that needs to kind of happen here. But there's definitely some work ahead once you sort of get into this destination that you've been kind of been waiting for as well. Page of Swords, just watch out for communication. Not every communication is what it seems, or not every message is what it seems once you sort of looking in that direction. So definitely don't take everything literally. Don't take everything personally. You don't want to be on the cutting edge here of trying to sort of figure out some nuances and whatnot. A lot of times things just don't mean a whole lot, and we put a lot of meaning into them for no reason, and you definitely don't want to be caught up within that. So take the communication lightheartedly. Don't get all worked worked up over stuff. So that's going to be something, you know, there you go. There's going to be something that that is on the shelf, for you and whatnot. So yeah, let's see if Ultraviolet is going to join the stream or not. Let's see. Are you joining the stream? Let's see. Let's find out if they're joining the stream or not. Thick Podcast. Oh, welcome. I appreciate you. Sandy, thank you for your donation over the PayPal side. I appreciate that. I don't know why PayPal needs me to refresh it 100,000 times before we can kind of get going with that. But that's the way things go sometimes, you know. That's sometimes you got to just put up with that. Sadia, welcome. Appreciate you hanging out as well. Let's see. B52 wants a little bit of the unzipping of the white fly. We can make that happen indeed. Thick Podcast and Cinderella, thank you for your donations. I greatly appreciate y'all. So yeah, let's go. Next, serious relationship and when. We want some dates. We want some timelines about the next serious relationship and kind of having fun with that. We want something that's going to be something that we can enjoy. You know, you do have a serious relationship in the queue, kind of waiting in the sidelines. It's almost like there's another relationship between here and there. There's another relationship that is kind of in that mix. It could be something that has a lot of delay to it or something that has a little bit of mixture within that to it, but there's something a little bit of a short-term kind of relationship sort of coming through there. And you got to kind of wait it out, or you got to kind of sort of see where that is going to take you. Strengths is definitely have patience for any long-term relationship that you are waiting for. We could be opening a little bit of the deck and wheel to kind of see where that Seven of Swords is taking us. I mean, it could be late in the year before we get a really good relationship or a really serious relationship kind of thing that you are looking for. So look for this a little later in the year. Between now and then look for something a little more casual, right? A little Seven of Swords, a little escapism, trying to figure out where we're going to be or where we're going to go and whatnot with that. So yeah, you do have that Queen of Swords as well. That just kind of says that you do have a little bit of a mixed relationship or a mixture of a little bit of a short-term opportunity before you get something that's more long-term. But yeah, you know, there's something that's sort of in the question or in the queue as far as it goes. So there we go. There you go with that. Paula, welcome. If I didn't already say welcome, if you did it back at the Kickstarter of the Tasty Tarot, we are on the printers with that, and we also are working on the bookmarks that we're waiting to get out as well with that too. So we got bookmarks going out. We already have the stickers ready to rock and roll, and we already have the packaging and all that other stuff ready as well. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It is going to be a few weeks to get everything printed, and then once it is printed, we will be shipping it out to everybody. So there we go. Have it on the Etsy site as well. Once we do receive it from the printer, or at least when we get a firm date from the printer of this is when you're going to receive it, I think that's when I put it on the Etsy site for pre-order, and then we can kind of push it forward from there. Cinderella and KDP, I thank you for your donations. I greatly appreciate you. All right, how's this person feeling about me? You do have a little bit of too much of a distance. It feels like this person is a little too distant from you, or this person is a little too, a little too far off from you, and it feels kind of frustrating at some point as well. Hanged Man with the Two of Pentacles just talks about sort of a balancing act maybe within their life, or trying to figure out where they want to be or how they want to sort of end up kind of thing here. But that Hanged Man with that Two of Pentacles does say that a little bit of a different opinion about what they feel for you as far as what you think that they feel for you kind of thing. Becca Boo, welcome. Appreciate you hanging out. But yeah, the Hanged Man definitely has a little bit of a discrepancy between how things are being viewed here as well. Queen of Wands does look pretty good here as far as sort of overall feeling. It feels like this person is very balanced. They're very sort of mentally stable. They're not going to be just sort of all over the place. When you sort of get something from them, it does mean quite a bit, and I think that's something important and something exciting going through there. Ultraviolet Morgan, welcome. It is the white fly indeed. So yeah, the Two of Pentacles, right? right? You're going to have to sort of see about them sort of waffling back and forth, trying to make a decision sometimes, and there you go. Cinderella, thank you for your other donation. I greatly appreciate you. Let's get the white flag off of the table by finishing up the B52 readings. We got 4 B52 readings going on. What's coming with this person over the next 7 days? Where are they going to be at here? 8 of Swords, the Magician, and the Temperance. This is something that heats up a little bit over the next 7 days. You have not really a pentacle, not really a hard top on this as it goes, but you have a little bit of that Magician over here. This is something that does heat up, something that gets pushed forward, something that gets a little more excitable, a little more on the fiery aspect, and that's something that's good, right? That is something that's good, and you kind of sort of like to see. And so if you want a little more motion, you want a little more heat within here, it is going to start off in the next 7 days. Now, it doesn't mean it concludes with that realm of time. It just means that 8 of Swords, there's not much we can do about that. We sort of have this heating up. We have to sort of deal with sort of where it's going to take us, and we definitely want to be on the roller coaster because that is going to guide us into a place that's going to be a little bit better. It's going to have a little more sort of a settled down mode after this is concluded, and that's something that you can kind of look forward to when we sort of move past that. We also got the last of B52 reading over there. Nylie, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate you. All right, love forecast on August. Where is that going to take us? Any love, any beautiful things, any amazing things waiting for us? We need to see about that. 6 of Wands with a 3 of Pentacles is interesting. It feels like August, the mainstay of love is going to be the 3rd week of August. Almost dead centered on that 3rd week of August is where you're really sort of seeing the biggest movement. You're seeing the biggest love sort of push forward that you've kind of been waiting for here. You're sort of riding the wave as far as the rest of August goes, trying to figure out where this is going to take you because there's a big amount of variety, a big amount of, back and forth, trying to figure out where this is going to end up. 3 of Pentacles just talks about sort of getting more clarity as far as love, getting more clarity as far as sort of the stability, the sort of the crossing of your emotions, getting everything kind of balanced out, kind of pushed forward over there. But the 3 of Pentacles is going to be an important card as we kind of go through that process. King of Wands just talks about this is sort of a mainstay. Again, the 3rd week is going to be the big one, and you definitely want to kind of embrace that and see where that is going to take you. There we go. I think that is the end of the B52, and that is the conclusion of the Love Shack indeed. Nylie wants to know, am I going to get more money? If so, where can I dig up said money and find said money indeed? Let's make it happen. Karima, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right, let's see where this is going to take us indeed. Oh, man, money reading until the end. We don't have much to go as far as getting to the end, right? We just don't have a ton to go here. So you're kind of sort of looking at where the destination is going to be happy, where the destination is going to be fulfilled here is going to be towards the end indeed. All right, let's see here. What is going on with all of that? Let's see. We got this and that. This and that, and all of that. We're looking at strength cards. Seems to be in every reading tonight, which is nice. It's always fun to see where the strength card is indeed going to take us. You do have kind of an end of 2023 being a little bit dry. It feels like the last 2 months are the most difficult, and not because the money's not flowing in. But it just feels like everybody wants a handout. Everybody is kind of looking to you for money, or you could have some unexpected people coming through and trying to sort of get ahead of the game, trying to figure out, what kind of money opportunities are there. And it's sort of fishing around a little bit too much, and too much movement within that context that you really don't want to deal with. 7 of Swords says just this unexpected thing towards the end of the year. Again, again, the last 2 months seem to be a little bit more on the unexpected side. The money inflow does seem to be pretty good for the entire year, right? The strength. We have the patience. We're sort of waiting in that opportune mode. We're sort of understanding where kind of, we need to be with money and kind of financing and what have you. But it feels like investments too are going to take a big growth between now and the end of the year. So the influx of money doesn't seem like it's that difficult. It's all of the rest of the components, all of the rest of, kind of who needs what kind of things need to be paid, and sort of the bills sort of in the underlying context of that, right? So we got another Nylie in the mix down there. We got a little Nylie there. Love reading from me and Alex. Let's see if Alex is going to be worthy of your time. We want to know that. We need that, right? We need to know that our lover is going to be indeed worth our time when we sort of have all of that. You get a little bit of that Eight of Swords and the bondage. I don't know if you're into that, but hey, you do have a little bit of an Eight of Swords with this Two of Cups. It feels like there are some really unique love emotions, right, between you and Alex. There's some unique things that maybe you haven't felt before, or maybe you haven't embraced before as far as the connection with this person. The Two of Cups over here with this Nine of Cups, but it's almost like that they're not really satiating you the way that you need to be. I think this is more of a mental thing than anything else. I think this is something to where you can have some good emotions, some good feelings, but it's just like you're not seeing it. You're not seeing the future with that. You're not getting a lot of the components out of that you kind of needed to get. Overall, it looks like a very strong connection, to be honest with you. You got that Eight of Swords, meaning I can't really take it a long way in the direction that I was hoping to sort of get it going through. But, it does feel like the connection's strong. You do have a lot of uniqueness, a lot of fun within the context of here. And that's something that you kind of like, right? It's something that you kind of like within that mixture as it goes. Midnight Meditation, been a minute. Good to see you. How are you doing today? All right, we got a little bit of Awakening Empress wants a general. Where are we going to do? And then we will do Sandy has the PayPal reading. We got the PayPal reading in the mix over there. So yeah, doing nice, doing quite well indeed. All right, let's see. General message. The Tower with a Page of a Sword. Rebuilding something that has been fallen, rebuilding something that has been failed is something that's really going to excite you at this time. Everything needs to be sort of in the correct place right now. And a lot of things aren't, because we haven't rebuilt some of the structure that needs to be there. We haven't rebuilt some of the failures, some of the things that have caused us challenges in sort of the limelight. But you do need to sort of readdress those, retry those, and get those going, right? The Tower, along with some hesitation. This didn't work before. We had some challenges within the context of that, and we kind of really need to see where that's going to take us, or try it again. And there's a level of frustration too with sort of retrying failed things, but it's definitely something you want to do. So rebuilding either failures, rebuilding some tribulations that didn't go quite well is going to be a very strong point, and it's going to be a good opportunity for you to kind of get out there and see where life is going to take you. You got the double air over here as well. I do think there's some interesting information from an air sign. It's almost like that they've had confusing information in the past, but this person is really going to step up to the plate and get you a lot of the information as far as you sort of need to be. So there we go. There we go. A little bit of a general over there. Cassandra. Oh, no, we got Sandy is next. Sandy wants to know, what is the cousin? Let's see. What is cousin R thinking about us right now? Does he want to be fair with us during the mediation in the 11th of August? Mediation is interesting indeed. Like I said the last time, this is something where you have to kind of approach the mediation as what it is, right? Working towards a goal, working towards an end state within this here. Ace of Swords and the Empress. It seems that there's a lot of components that you like coming out of the mediation. which is good because right now you don't see any components that you like. You see a lot of challenges within the context of this. And this is something that sort of cleans up, that gets a little bit better, that makes a little bit better as we're going. Eight of Wands says that basically the mediation consists of them making demands as the first section of it, but then they kind of ease up, they kind of warm up, and then they get an Ace of Swords, like they're willing to communicate, right? They're just kind of sort of pushing through with that. Karima, I just see one. Karima, I just see one right there. I don't know what happened with the second one. Maybe it didn't go through. Let me know. But yeah, the Eight of Wands, they have demands, and then as time goes on, they ease up a little bit. They're a little more relaxed, and they're doing an Ace of Swords. They're willing to finally really communicate, come down to the table, and just kind of see where it's going through, right? Empress says you got a lot of pieces of the puzzle that you do enjoy, that you are going to have on your side, and I think that they don't want to be fair at first, but they sort of warm up after a little bit of the mediation indeed. So there we go. I think that's going to be good overall, and especially if you're looking for kind of a good resolution. And this is something too to where you've been wanting to sit down at the table with this person and really talk and really communicate. And that's something that you definitely need to do right now. And I think that's something that this is going to open the door to, that you're going to be pretty happy with, right? I'm pretty happy with the Wonder World Tarot getting into the Push Kitty decks. Push Kitty did purchase a Tasty Tarot. So they are interested in the Tasty Tarot. So there we go. We got another Tasty Tarot customer. So we will be putting that on Etsy once I figure out a firm date from the printer where everything is going to be in my hands. And when that happens, we'll be ready to go. Aurora Star Sea, or whatever it is. Thank you for your hanging out tonight. Will I be happy this year in my job? I think so. Queen of Cups talks about the emotional readiness, the emotional calmness, the emotional satiation that you kind of sort of need to be in there, right? And I think that's going to be something that you like, something that you enjoy here. You have that Nine of Wands with the Wounded Warrior. Right now, you're not so happy. I think there's a lot of different things happening within the context of your job that are either frustrating, that aren't really going your way. It almost feels like you don't really have the level of connection that you kind of need in this job. But yeah, that King of Swords just says management is mainly the problem here, but I think everything does settle down. Everything is going to be a little bit, better at the end of the day here. And that's going to be something that you're waiting for, and that's going to be refreshing for you. So I do think that things are going to calm down a little bit. Just need sort of some of the management to be a little bit more open and, sort of generous as far as it goes. Intuitive Chosen One, did you have a question? There we go. What are Steven's thoughts and feelings about me? We are skipping around today as we do every day because that's how we rock and roll over here, right? We get all of the Rockies and the Rollies and all of that stuff. Wonder World and Tarot indeed, You thought you're going to say you were pretty. I don't know what that means. Am I pretty? I don't know I'm pretty. You met me, so you can tell me if I'm pretty or not. I no longer have eyebrows or eyelashes, or I no longer have facial hair and hair, so I look like one big bowling ball. My head is one big bowling ball. So yeah, you can roll it down the street. Karima, I see 1, 2, 3. Karima donations. There we go. All right. What are Steven's thoughts and feelings about the text that I sent yesterday? Wow. They really need clarification on some of this, right? The Page of Swords. You put something out there, but you kind of need to put more out there. We need more clarification here. There's not really a mix up or some miscommunication. It feels like that we just need more context, more details within that. I think that's going to be kind of the same thing sort of going through here. There you go, right? That High Priestess over there says you definitely have a lot of information that you already gave. It's almost like that you said it and they should understand it, but they don't. And I think that's kind of frustrating from you, right? You said it, but it feels like that they didn't get it. And so you have to say it again. So that's kind of where you're at, right? Anyway, at least entertainment purposes only. But yeah, Karima, let me know what your last donation questions you want on there. No problem at all. Emma, thank you for your donation. Appreciate that. Mina, I'm doing fantastic. How you doing? Oh, welcome to the Scream. Welcome to the Scream. I said Scream, just like the movie series, Scream.
Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
I don't have a scream sound effect. I'm sorry. I'm disappointing tonight because I don't have a scream sound effect. I need to add one, though. That would be a good addition to the stream right there. It's a scream on the stream. But yeah, there you go. All right. I'm pretty happy with Ultraviolet, but I said I'm pretty happy with the Wonder World Tarot. Okay, I thought you said you were going to say I am pretty happy with Ultraviolet. Ultraviolet Morgan has been the rock and has been the stability that I need during this cancerous process. I'll tell you that. Ultraviolet Morgan has been the most supportive, the most amazing and loving human being I've ever encountered, and she has been absolutely amazing and very, very supportive of the, of my journey through this entire situation. So great love, great excitement, great compliments to Ultraviolet Morgan for helping me and being there for me when I needed somebody instead of dumping me. That's nice. And somebody doesn't dump you when they find out you have cancer. That's a good thing. That is a good thing indeed. So, that's refreshing. Anyway, S's current feelings for me. We'll see what's going on. Karima, I got you for your last question. So Karima, your new question will be right there. So we get the question over here. This question right there will be the original question. So your third donation will be the new questions in the mix. So there we go. All right, we're using the Tasty Tarot, which is going to be tasty indeed. You'll be able to lick it and, taste the rainbow, I guess, is what you do. All right, but yeah, there we go. All right, let's see. S's current feelings for me. Ooh, this is nice with the Queen of Cups and the Empress. It's very much of an emotional, solid satiation right now. They're very happy with you. They're very happy with your journey. They're very content with where things have been, and just overall, just very happy with everything that's sort of happening here. The Chariot with the ice cream. We all scream for ice cream. This is somebody as well who finds it refreshing, finds the relationship refreshing right now. They're very satiated. They're very happy with you, especially today. Something going on today where they're just very much sort of almost over the top excited and content with you. They feel like they've made a great choice. They have that Queen of Cups with the satiation going through there. They have that Empress as well with that mac and cheese, that comfort food happening through there, and a lot of good things going in their mind today with this particular connection moving in, right? Going to be moving in. Are the tarot cards going to be lickable? Ultraviolet Morgan, no, but I am lickable. So that makes it all right, You don't need a tarot card to be lickable when I am perfectly lickable as well. All right. Love feelings growing. Okay, so Karima, so your current question that you just typed, love feelings growing, right there. We have that for the third reading over there. Right now, we're on the phase one of the Karima reads, making it happen over there. All right, are his feelings growing, expanding? Where are we going to sort of see where that is going to be? You do have an Eight of Pentacles. This is something where they've been working on fixing their issues, and they're really kind of looking in that direction of how can I fix my issues? How can I be a better person? How can I be better within the context of the relationship? And I think that's something they are kind of, focused on with this. You have the Lovers, which you've had a lot of good Lovers cards within the context of this. And this kind of backs it up, right? KDP backing me up. And Karima, thank you for your other donations. But you just have sort of that Knight of Cups over here. The feelings are sort of in this process of getting more refined. The feelings are in this process of getting stable and getting to where they're not going to be so varied, right? Because you don't want, in other words, the feelings are going to be, here's the low and here's the high when you first meet somebody. You want to kind of narrow it down to where the lows and the highs are within the same range and kind of more of a stable kind of feeling overall. And I think that's where they're really getting to. That Ten of Swords, a lot of the nuances, a lot of the excesses are sort of cut out here, and you just have this baseline, very sort of a stable, rock solid feels in there. And that Lover's card just really really makes the grade and makes a lot of good things happen in that context. All right, we got Amazing Fruits is over here. My name is Farah. Well, welcome, Farah, to the Reading Central over here. I appreciate you hanging out. All right, let's see what's going on over here. We get a little bit of the grape juice edition with all of this. Let's see where this is going to take us, right? We'll receive a video editing job offer this month. We are a couple of days into the month right now, but we still have plenty to go for August. We'll see if a video editing job is going to be good for you, right? We want you to be able to sit down, edit all of the videos, get enthralled and excited, and get paid the fat cash with that Lovers, Ten of Swords, a Hierophant, and the Nine of Cups. Hierophant does point to a steady job. It feels like that you're going to start off with some temporary work, maybe contract work, maybe gig work, right? Somebody needs a little bit of a video created. They're willing to pay you a certain fee, but you do have kind of this temporary work going through here with this Ten of Swords. Not anything stable yet, not anything long-term yet. With this, I think that you do have a couple of offers, but they're going to be a little bit more short-term kind of going through. I do think that that does pad your resume, get your resume rocking and rolling. It gets you a lot of the exciting things that you're kind of waiting for here, but it does get you the meat and potatoes that you need to sort of get something more serious, which sort of points to the Hierophant. So something more stable, more serious. This month, not so much, but I do think that you get a little bit of pay, you get a little bit of work going through here, but the real work, the real job, the real sort of the thick, meaty job that you're kind of looking for is going to be a couple, maybe a few months away, but that doesn't mean you can't work and get money between now and then indeed. Nine of Cups talks about the ultimate situation where you're pretty content, you're pretty happy, you're pretty stable with what you see, and it's not like a lot of struggle going through here. So yeah, you definitely want to get in that train. I think that's going to be something good for you in the long run. So obviously entertainment purposes only. Never get a job based on a random dude on YouTube reading stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we got the Aries. She wants all of the fiery action tonight. All of the fiery action from that Aries. What's next from me and the Aries? I got absolutely no contact. Somebody be ghosting somebody. What's going on? I ain't going to reach out unless they do. I'm going to hard line it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see where that, sort of ends up with. That is modern love indeed. But we're going to get a little more adventurous than the modern love tonight because we need to be more adventurous in the art of adventure tarot. I think that gives you pretty good reads with this Aries, quite frankly. I think you got some pretty sturdy, some pretty stable reads from this Aries with the art of adventure. So YouTube user, we're going to see where that is going to take you, where that is going to end up over here. All right, a little bit of the Temperance. Oh, man, finding balance in this. It's hard to find balance with this Aries just because the nature of kind of being Aries, right? Hashtag not all Aries, of course. But it feels like this person is definitely on that, I have this extreme interest now, and it just wavers a little bit later, and then I come back and have an extreme interest later, and that kind of wavers. And you just have this off and on that's kind of a little bit confusing to sort of embrace and kind of figure out. It feels like they're very much sort of in this need for control. They need to understand that they're in charge of the situation. They want to be, have the super stable environment. They want everything to be pretty happy and content. But it seems like they need a little bit of a power struggle in order to make that happen over here. You do have a Nine of Wands, so just be aware that this person has had some issues in the past with relationships, and they are sort of trying to figure out how to deal with that. This is something that does sort of take them in directions that normally you don't see in a relationship, and it's kind of confusing, mixed signals as far as sort of interest, a lack of interest, and a lack of interest with that. Overall, expect a big hot and cold from this individual indeed, right? Especially as far as contact goes. But when they're on pretty hardcore. But when they're off, it's kind of difficult to figure out, what they want in life there. Expect a lot of hot and cold. Waiting for the reach out. It may be a little bit before that happens. But when I think it happens, it is hot. I mean, this person is on target, and they are ready to rock and roll as as far as this goes, right? So there you go, a little bit of that. Skipping around a little bit, we go to Cinderella over there. Love a reading for September. Let's get all of the love for the lovely, amazing Cinderella indeed, with a little bit of, a little bit of a Chiro Marchetti. I believe it's Cinderella's fave. It is Cinderella's fave. Well, you did say you wanted the Tasty Tarot in another one, so I don't know. Is a Tasty Tarot grabbing you? Is that getting you and capturing your attention, capturing your imagination? Maybe. It may be doing that. We don't know. I don't know. Love reading for September. Wow. All sorts of innovations, all sorts of nuances, some exciting things coming in love in September. I really think September cleans house. It cleans house. A lot of the people that are wasting your time, gone. A lot of the sort of the leads that you had that weren't going anywhere, gone. A lot of the people that were interested but kind of wasting your time, wasting away, gone. It feels like a lot of people are just leaving. And that's going to be refreshing for you, something that you're looking forward to, because you don't want people that are not interested. You don't want people that are wasting your time. You do want people that are going to be a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more on your side, a little bit more in the vein of kind of what you're sort of reaching for as far as relationship goals go, right? You do have some big opportunities, some big nuances that are ready to go in September. And the newness, the freshness within September is going to be something that is really remarkable for you and that you're ready to embrace. But this is something, don't take everything too seriously too quick, because I do think that you have a potential relationship that looks absolutely golden. It's like the shining light, the clouds have parted, the sun is shining relationship, the connection you feel, all of the magic. Don't sort of embrace that 100%. Let that ride out until you kind of get a feel of where it's going to go, right? Because you don't want to get like just totally dedicated to something and then you'd be like, oh, well, crap, that didn't really work out. But, away it goes, though. There we go. All right, let's see. Cinderella also wants to know, what's a Tasty Tarot? We can do the Tasty Tarot indeed. Look at how well this thing shuffles. We'll make this happen. We'll make this happen, make it go, and make the excitement happen here. A general for the last 2 weeks of August. I think it's kind of boring, quite frankly. I really, just intuitively, I just don't see like just a bunch of just bursting with things happening here. Well, I could be wrong. You do have a little bit of an adventure, maybe a possible trip, a little bit kind of things pulling you. I think it's more of a temptation 2 weeks. Temptation, something bringing it that you like, right? A little bit of a lemonade stand, something there that you like, something that you're sort of looking at, something that you're trying to figure out as far as it goes. I think things go quite well. However, it feels like there's more temptations than usual. Do you want to do all of those? Maybe. Do you not? Maybe. That's kind of up to you. And this is something to where a carrot on a stick is going to be very prominent in the last 2 weeks of August. According to the Tasty Tarot, which does not have carrots anywhere in it. There's no carrots anywhere in the Tasty Tarot. That could be a felony in the state of Texas. I don't know. I don't know if having is a felony in the state of Texas. It may be. I'm not going to lie. All right, we're going to go with a little bit of the Victorian Romantic Tarot is all nice. Victorian Romantic Tarot is all nice. All right, how's he viewing me? This is the one with a duplicate question. We have this again, but we have the replacement questions in the queue. How's he viewing me? All right, we'll see. How's he viewing me? 5 of Wands. Oh, man. Kind of up in their face lately, The 5 of Wands, there's some conflict between what they want and what they're willing to do. I think that you have this level of conflict, what they want and what they're willing to do. It feels like a lot of things just are not embroiled in the way that they're sort of looking at. They're not sort of embroiled in the way that they would like to see it. But there's a mixture of conflict in this person about kind of actions versus, ultimately their wishes. The Fool talks about viewing you as an extreme adventure. Sometimes you are a little bit on the extreme side. Sometimes you sort of a little bit of a stretch within imagination or stretch within the excitement, and they kind of like that. This is something that they want to embrace. They want to kind of see where this is going to go, right? The Fool is all about taking that risk, and they sort of see you as a fun part of that, a fun look within that. They also see you as very reliable. That's one thing they've actually always kind of viewed you as, is, you know, sort of reliable. You're there. You're always going to sort of be there. You sort of be there for them. You're just kind of that rock within their life. Kind of like that Ultraviolet Morgan is for me, right? Always there. They're that rock for me, and, you know, they appreciate that the component, just like I appreciate Ultraviolet Morgan. We have a little bit of that Temperance card. We have a lot of Temperance cards coming out through here, whether it be the lemonade stand, the old school Temperance with the winged. It looks like the 20th Century Fox opening of a movie or something. I don't know. But the Temperance card just says that you bring balance into their life. We've seen that before, and that is it, right? That is it. You just squeezed in the last donations, just like the lemonade stand. You freshly squeezed donation. Thank you very much, Aurora C Star. I appreciate that. Aurora Star Sea, Aurora Star Sea, Aurora Star Sea, Aurora Star Sea. Say that 3 times fast. But yeah, all right, are we still thinking about having a serious future? Page of Wands, not a lot of movement towards that. Are they thinking about it? Yeah. Are they thinking about it? Yeah. Are they taking any actions towards that right now? No. You just have a discrepancy between what they're thinking, what they're planning, what they're excited about versus what they're willing to do, right? Sort of out on that limb is not where they want to be right now. They are looking to sort of stabilize a few things in their life, and they kind of need to sort of figure out where that is going to be, and that's one of the components that they're kind of waiting for. They're waiting to sort of take that action and take the things at the head here. The Page of Wands, again, just talks about a lot of action not taken. They do want that, though. The Seven of Swords, they want to escape the current situation. They want to get into a better situation, but they're not willing to be out on that ledge just yet. It takes a little bit of planning. The Four of Swords, you're talking about planning. You're talking about strategy. Everything needs to be lined up. Everything needs to be set up in order to be okay, in order to be rocking and rolling with that. So there we go, a little bit of that. You heard my name. Yes, I was talking about you being the rock of my, the rock and the stability within my life many times over there. So yeah, you know, I mean, you know, I'm just saying. Ultraviolet Morgan, I'm just saying, a lot of times when I'm in chemo, I'm thinking about you. I'm like, I really need you, right? So I'll text you and you'll text me back, and it gives me that comfort. It gives me that level of support and the just feeling that, you know, I got somebody there. So it's nice. That's nice. Ultraviolet Morgan, I like it. I like it. All right. And I think that's what kind of everybody needs, right? Just somebody to be there, somebody to be reliable, somebody to be on their side, somebody to be a support network for us. That's just kind of an important component to any relationship indeed. All right, let's go with a little bit of Tarot in Wonderland over there. Was my analysis of A correct, or my friend group? I don't know. It sounds like a little bit of a throwdown with it.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
We could have it. All right. Is the A analysis, is that going to be over here? The friend group is going to be over here, right? Is that going to be it? It sounds like a throwdown to me. Here is your analysis of A, or here's the friend group. So we have a little bit of a throwdown making it through there. You get a little bit of a star and a Two of Pentacles. I really think your analysis is on target. You know, you're talking about the Two of Pentacles, sort of the choices that we've made here, the decisionary process that we've implemented here is sort of right on target, and I think that's on par with where we want to go. You've laid out kind of the pathway that you're waiting for here, and that's going to be something that's important here. Friend group is more of a Taurus situation where they're just kind of stuck with one particular thing. They're just kind of stuck with one particular aspect or view or something like that, and you're not really seeing a lot of the potential here. You're not really seeing a lot of the stability here that you would like to see from that. The Queen of Swords feels like there's a little gossip or something else going on in the friend group with a particular situation that you're not really liking, but overall, there you go. A little bit of a combo there. Not really sure if I got that question on target, but I tried. You know, I gave it a shot. I gave it a try, and that's the best I can do. What's the real reason for the riot against T? Oh my. Somebody's rioting. Somebody is getting all worked up and dancing all around over there. We need to see what's going on with the riot. All right. What's the real reason for the riot against T? We had the Ace of Swords. There's some things happening that has been communicated. There's some things that have been put on the table, some things that have been out there about the situation that has caused some of the issues, or some of the sort of the problems, or maybe some of the some of the mixture in here that we're not ready to deal with. The Two of Wands says that sort of against this person, there's been some people that are against this person. There's been some people that are a little bit kind of frustrated with this person indeed. But yeah, that's going to be it, right? That is going to be it indeed. Yeah. I just think that this is something that was coming. I think this is something that was started about a communication, maybe about some gossip that was going on, and that's kind of why you have the pushback within the situation indeed. Karima wants to change the last question of the last reading, and then wants to change the 2 questions of the 3rd reading. We can do that. We can do that because luckily I'm above average intelligence. So there we go. There we go. I'm going to be able to mix and match and do everything that I need to do over here. All right, let's do the Karima phase 3 over there. We got a little bit of the Karima. So this is the duplicate one. So we're not going to click on that question. Instead, we're going to go over here and look with that. All right. There we go. So this is the 3rd Karima phase, and we want to kind of see where that is going. Now, we are going to get a little bit of the Mons Tarot on this read. Everybody likes that one. Everybody enjoys it. SR, we are closed for the night. We are wrapping up the reads for the night. SR, it did fill up very quickly, but yeah, once I get over a certain amount of reads, I just kind of cut it off. I will be here tomorrow. I know I've been on this pattern of every other day, but let me tell you the schedule this week. Monday, tomorrow, I will be streaming. So Sunday, Monday, I will be streaming. I'm taking off Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all right? Because those are the chemo days, and I will not be streaming. I will not be streaming in there. Karima, I got you covered. I know what you mean. I got you covered. I got you. I understand. We're good. You're good. All right, the last question of the last donations. You want to change the last question of this donation. I got you covered, Karima. I got you. You know I got you. I got you covered because I'm the best ever.
T.O. is the best tarot reader.
That's what Ultraviolet says, and that's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? You make your own reality. So I believe everything that Ultraviolet says. Ultraviolet says when they say something nice about me, I believe it because you make your own reality. All right, let's see. See, I gave that book to Ultraviolet. Where are you at in that book, Ultraviolet? Did you finish that thing, or did you get far enough in there to kind of understand it? It's very repetitive. It's kind of the same message over and over and over and all that other stuff. But yeah, you're good. Anyway, what are the overall current thoughts of me? 10 of Wands is interesting indeed, right? You've got an interesting pieces, interesting part of the puzzle within that context. It just feels like that you do have that 10 of Wands over there. Overall thoughts is sometimes you do load up. You do load them up, maybe with a little bit too much, and they kind of have to sort of get away for a minute, try to figure that, try to find out where that's going to take them and whatnot. But yeah, you do have that Page of Wands too. Overall feelings as well is, you feels like that you want some things that aren't possible. You do have a little bit of some goals that are not aligned with them, or a little bit of a disconnect between this, that, and the other. And they kind of sort of, they kind of sort of try to figure out, where things are going there. They kind of try to figure out what you need versus what you're trying to communicate. 4 of Swords talks about a little bit of dreaminess, sort of overall thoughts. A lot of the thoughts comes from a level of dreaminess and all of the things going out there, right? I think that's going to be it. But yeah, you're just going to have this Queen of Swords. You're just a little bit too direct sometimes, maybe in the face, or maybe kind of sort of up in there. You're a little bit too direct sometimes, and that's kind of the current overall thoughts about you indeed. It's hard to read with the notes about the process. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I thought you were finished with a chemotherapy. No, I got one more. I got uno mas chemotherapy to go. I thought it was the last one, but they said no. So I went back and I tried, right? I went back and I did see indeed that I only had 5. So I got ahead of myself. I was all excited. I got ahead of myself, but no. I got uno mas to go, and then I will be done. By the way, I did lose my eyebrows and eyelashes, so I'm going to buy, I guess, an eyebrow pencil, apparently. I go to Walmart tomorrow and get me an eyebrow pencil, and I'll paint on my eyebrows again because I look like Voldemort from Harry Potter at this point, so I don't know. Maybe I should just go the full Voldemort for Harry Potter. Maybe I should do that for Halloween, you know what I'm saying? Just go out there and get like the outfit and everything, get a magic wand. I do have a magic wand already, but yeah. Anyway, all right. What actions is he willing to take towards me? The world, we keep coming back to movement. We keep coming back to a lot of movements, a lot of things that they want to kind of see, right? A lot of movements, a lot of goals that they kind of want to get. The world talks about they've gone from here, there, and everywhere. One of the things as well, you do have sort of this world card bringing you into an area that you haven't been before. That's one of the things that they want to do. Take you on places you haven't been. Take you on adventures that you haven't been. Getting that Ace of Wands, getting the things finally done, finally started, because it feels like a lot of things aren't available. A lot of things aren't sort of up to par, kind of where we need to be, right? That's what I'm talking about. 10 of Swords as well just says a lot of the things that they want to do, they've given up on. And they're coming back around to some of those, but I think that they will be at least taking some actions and sort of taking some things moving forward. The Strength card just basically talks about some of the ideas initially. It's almost like that y'all had some conversations, some ideas that you had talked about originally, maybe when you first met or on the first environment. And that's something that they want to kind of see. They kind of want to come back to. So they're kind of coming full circle with kind of where they want to be or what kind of things that they want to do, right? If you really get an eyebrow pencil, get a really light color. Okay, I'll get a really light color indeed. I'll take a picture of it and send you a picture before I get it, because I don't know what I should get. I'm an eyebrow pencil newbie. I'm an eyebrow pencil virgin. You know what I'm saying? So I probably need some guidance over here with that. Anyway, but I'll try. I'll give it a try, because right now I do look like Voldemort. I guess I could just go the full Monty with that one, and just kind of, you know, make it up as I go along. We kind of make it up as I go along. You can paint eyebrows on Salem, too, with a white marker. I don't think Salem needs eyebrows. If I try to paint eyebrows on Salem, I think she would claw my eyes out. So I'm just saying, if I approach Salem with an eyebrow pencil, she would proceed to claw out my eyes. So that's something that you got to be careful with. You know what I'm saying? So I want to keep my eyes, so I'm not going to try that. I'm going to skip that one. Gonna skip that one. Anyway, career reading, got a new job. Well, congratulations indeed. It's always good to have a new job. Judgment card said this new job is going to be the fix for you. This really addresses some of the things you've been waiting for, some of the things that you've been anticipating and you've been looking for, right? That Judgment card said this is the refresher. This is the excitement that you are ready to go. You are set. You are ready to make it happen here. 5 of Wands is a little bit more competitive than what you were originally thinking. It's just more competitive. It feels like the competition level is cranked up. It feels like a lot of things are cranked up here, and you just kind of have to sort of be ready to go head to head with some of these people trying to get there. King of Cups says you're emotionally invested in a lot of good things with the job, which is good. It's refreshing. That's kind of definitely what you want to do, right? You want to do indeed. But that Sun card just says this is the place where a lot of things envelop, a lot of things get rocking and rolling, a lot of things get moving that you have really been waiting for. That's why I said that you have a lot of good things happening here. So definitely embrace what is sort of put forth on here, and you want to sort of roll with it, because that's a good read. That's a nice read. Normally when you get a new job, it's just kind of but that one just has the sun, has a lot of things. Aurora Star Sea, I will indeed use that deck for yours, indeed. But right now, let's get a little thicker into the mix with the Thick Podcast. Find out, should I apply for a loan and quit my job to pursue something else? Oh my, that's risky. That is risky indeed. We need a level of customers over here. We need to say, yo, is this loan? Because right now, loans are not cheap. Loans are going to be very prohibitive for kind of getting where you want to go, right? So you're going to have to sort of be careful about a loan, because right now you have such a high interest rate that whatever you do, you need to make really, really sure that that is going to be what you want to do. And that is going to be something that you can pay back, right? You don't want to make any risks whatsoever on getting a loan right now, because that interest rate is just going to kill you. Overall, it just says that this looks really good at the start, but you're not making enough money to sort of pay it back. You're not making the money that you need to sort of be content and be happy with this and pay everything back as far as the loan goes. It just looks bad, right? Eight of Wands looks like it's a temporary fix. You have some interesting things. You have some things that I want to pursue, things that I want to chase, but you're just not getting the results that you need. You're ending up as being defeated, as sort of having this. It's almost like that you get in a situation that you can't pay back fast enough. You get a little bit of some frustration coming through here, and it feels like a lot of stuff that you were excited about, a lot of stuff that you were enthusiastic about. The Empress feels like you're really kind of fresh and you feel very excited about it, but at the end of the day, you're defeated. So I'm going to say that that doesn't just look good. That doesn't look good. You definitely need a level of planning that's going to be a little bit more thick here than what you had originally planned. But I think even though after you do it, it's still not something that you're happy with. So I'm going to say no. We're going with a thumbs down and making that happen. A little bit of a thumbs down. Sorry to be a little bit frustrating there with that. I wanted to get you a great read in there, but that Lord of Defeat at the end was very much a little on the nose, right? A little on the nose. Well, that is it. The backs are interesting. That is the Pulp Girls Tarot. That was that one. The Pulp Girls Tarot. All right, well, let's see how my life is be in the next 6 months. Got the finances, got everything unfolding, any conflicting situations, a legal situation or something where you're at odds with somebody else is fixed and it is solved. So you have a legal situation that basically resolves itself or concludes. And this is a time, again, where you're just seeing a lot of things conclude that were stressing you out. A lot of things sort of ease up that were sort of putting you in maybe a bad mood or getting you a little bit worried. And that's something refreshing, something that you definitely want to embrace here, right? That's going to be something that you've been waiting for. So you have that 10 of Swords from the previous read along with this 8, sort of the movement finally happening, opportunities finally getting through there. But it still feels like a lot of things wrapping up in the next 6 months. And that's going to be great for you in the long run, because you don't want that, right? Because I think your life right now is a little bit of too much of this and too much of that. And it's all sort of combining to sort of be on you a little bit much, right? And you're not being allowed to get into that creative mode, right? It's almost like that hierarchy of needs from Maslow. You're just trying to make the day-by-day activities and the creativity, the excitement, all the stuff that you really enjoy. You're not able to do that right now. And that's going to be something that unfolds and gets a little bit better sort of going through here in the next 6 months. This is something as well where each month has its own unique style and its own unique opportunities. It feels like every month is something new, something that you can embrace, something that you're excited about. And you like that overall, right? It gives you something to look forward to. But yeah, it feels like the first of the month in September, the first of the month in October. It's almost like a whole different world that you're entering into once you kind of walk into that and you're like, oh, this is really weird, kind of wild, but I like it at the end of the day, right? I like it. I like to see it. I'd like to see where that is going. KDP likes it as well, wants to know if Jordan is happy and successful without our connection. Oh no, the connection's just not there. Let's use the Teddy Bear Tarot, which we've been waiting to use for so long, and it is on the table now. It is Teddy and it is Tarot. It is the Teddy Bear Tarot, right? The Teddy Bear Tarot. All right, would Jordan be happy and successful even if I'm not in the situation? Even with that, you know, they really miss you. This is somebody that misses you, Katie. I'm sorry. This is somebody that legitimately misses you. They have that conflict about they want to go on. They want to sort of survive. They want to make the next opportunity, but they just sort of looking back at you and seeing this connection and really kind of missing a lot of the good things going here. And that's kind of something that they're sort of, you know, worried about. But overall, are they okay? Magician says they do have a level of recovery. They're able to get a lot of stuff going through. They're able to get a lot of stuff going on. The Magician does give you a lot of power and a lot of authenticity. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Magician gives you a lot of that stuff that you're kind of needing right there. Now, it does feel like that they do miss you. They go through phases where they miss you indeed. So, you know, that's kind of something too, right? That's something that sort of goes through there. Overall, can they do it? I think that they'll be just fine. But they are looking back a lot more than maybe you had anticipated. It's just something to where maybe you had thought that they moved on, or maybe you had thought that. But they do have some feelings for you. They do have a little bit of that in the mix, and that's kind of something that you kind of have to deal with, right? Anyway, we got a little bit of a next exciting thing indeed. Authenticity. Thank you, Maruta. You know, it's tongue. I think it's because I had to say Aurora Star Sea, Aurora Star Sea, Aurora Star Sea 3 times fast. It completely ruined my vocabulary. It has completely damaged my brain for saying that tongue twister 3 times in a row. Now 6 times in a row. All right, let's see. The next exciting thing, the star. You're going to have a weird-ass dream is what you're going to have. A weird dream to where you feel like you need to do something. And indeed, you do need to do something. I think that's it, right? You do need to do something here. So that's going to be the next exciting thing. You have the star, something laid out for you, something on the dream, something put forth before you. The world feels like I want to follow that path. I want to see where that is going to take us. But the 5 of Wands, you really don't want to. You really don't want to. Do I think that you should? I think the next exciting thing will be laid out within the context of that dream, and that's going to be it, right? That's going to be something that you're waiting for, something that you're excited about, something that you're trying to get done, and then there you go. But yeah, when you have the dream, and it's going to be a very prominent dream, you do want to chase it. This is something laid out for you that you do want to walk the path, even though it looks like something that you may not want to. I think you should do it anyway. I think that dream is there for a purpose, and that dream is something that you have been waiting for indeed. All right, we've been waiting for Karima phase 4 over here. Now, we do have the last question of the last Karima reading is going to be different, but this one I think is 100%. I think this is it, right? All right. Do we think about me more often? Does he believe that I feel for him? How does he believe that I feel for him? All right, let's see where it's going. The 5 of Wands is intense. I unzipped the white fly and you saw the intenseness, right? You got to be ready. Once you start unzipping things, you got to be ready for what's inside. All right. Does he think of me often? For the most part, I do think that you have a little bit of off and on. I don't think this is a person that has just steady thoughts and things. I think they go through phases, right? They go through phase. We kind of see this in your previous reading where it was a pretty good and then it wasn't so good. It was just like really intense emotions, and then sometimes there's no emotions. They have phases that they're going through, and they're very kind of attuned to the stars and how planets are lined up and how the stars are affecting them sometimes, right? So do they think about you? The 4 of Cups just says they sometimes have opportunities to, but they really don't want to. They're kind of putting it out of their mind. They don't really want to deal with some of the reality, some of the pieces from the 4 of Swords does say when they do have thoughts is more within the context of a daydream or maybe a dream or more of just kind of roaming thoughts or random thoughts kind of thing that, you know, sort of moving forward with that. And when they do think about you, it is more of a serious kind of a weighty, heavy kind of thing, right? Because they do think that there's a lot within the context of this relationship. This relationship, just if you sort of box it up and bag it up, has a lot of meat, a lot of beef in it, and they kind of have a lot of places to go with their imagination and with their mind. Overall, the world just says again, you know, they sort of come back to it, they leave from it, they come back to it, they leave from it. It's not like hot or cold, but it's more like, you know, there's sort of that balance between not really all the time and sort of, you know, seeing where it's going to go. All right. How does he believe I feel for him? Let's see if he thinks that you are madly in love with him and ready to rock and roll on this. 5 of Swords. I think sometimes you're a little frustrated. Sometimes you're a little frustrated. They understand that. A lot of people get frustrated at us, right? We send them something and they get kind of frustrated at us and stuff like that. And, you know, I think that you just kind of frustrated at them sometimes. That's sort of how they feel that you feel a lot of times. The 10 of Wands, I think sometimes this relationship has taken a toll on you. It has weighted you down a little more than what you had expected. I think this is a relationship that really has, you know, brought you through the ringer of sort of emotions, all the gamuts of emotions, all the ranges of emotions that you really haven't been through in a lot of other relationships. Ace of Pentacles says that they do believe that you're on the right track. We're sort of rolling into the right track. We've begun sort of the place that we need to be, and that's something that they like. And the Fool says, let's go on that adventure together. And you do want to go on an adventure. You do want to make this into something to be remembered, something to be refreshed, something that is going to bring us into a level of excitement that we haven't really had before. So there we go. That's how they think that you feel about them. All right. How does he believe? There we go. All right. KDP is next. And we got Aurora, and then we're ending with Karima. Indeed. KDP wants to know, can you please tell me good advice? What respond back to Jay? It's ugly. He has hurt me because how selfish he is indeed. How do we respond back? Let's get this might hurt tarot over here, because that sounds like it might hurt indeed. We're going to see where that is, right? We're going to see where that is. I don't know. Aurora Star Sea. Aurora Star Sea, don't change your name because of me. I'm just playing around. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding indeed. All right. Good advice. Well, you want advice, I'll give you advice. But good advice, I don't know. That's extra. That's I'm not sure you're going to get good advice from me. I'm sorry. Can you please tell me good advice on what to respond back to Jay? It's ugly. It's hard for me because I self. Okay, response. The response should consist of the King of Swords. I think you should make that your wishes known. I think you should communicate your wishes. I don't think you should communicate something because you feel like you should or because you feel like this is what you should do. You definitely should respond back with what your wishes are and communicate your feelings and just raw, intense motions, feelings, whatever you need. Get it on the table, right? The King of Swords is very direct. It's not a person that plays around. You definitely want to put it out there as well. You want to put it in the context of sort of a love, though, right? A sort of a love or sort of emotions that are going to be good. In other words, you know, I'm here for you, you know, appreciate this. I have a lot of, you know, hope for this. So be hopeful, because that's what that is combined for with the star. I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of things that I need from this with the communication, but I have a lot of anticipation, hope, and I have a positive outlook for this connection, for this communication as well. So put a level of hope, right? Put a merry path, put the yellow brick road that we want them to follow, so that you're going to be happy and they're going to be happy with this, right? Give them hope, give them a chance here. Even though you laid out emotions, say that I really think that we have a lot of things going, and I think that we can recover from this, right? Because you have the Lovers over here. I think things can get worked out. Things will get worked out. It's a matter of putting everything on the table all at once. Ghosting is not going to do you any good. Ghosting only delays the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? It only delays the inevitable. But yeah, it makes more confusion. I think you should put your emotions on the table. I think you should speak positively about the connection, the relationship, but tell them, this is unacceptable. We need to fix this. We need to get this shit stopped. But the lover says things are going to be worked out. I think it's going to be good. I think if they realize that their selfishness is causing a problem and they really value the relationship, they're going to be ready. They're going to be ready to change. You know what I'm saying? If I value my relationship with you and you put a lot of things on the table and say, this is what I need to be happy, then if I don't do that, then I know that that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, will I meet B this year? I'm going to be able to get some B in me, get a little bit of a B going. Oh man, the Emperor says yes. I do think that you will meet B this year indeed. Knight of Wands talks about a potential trip or a potential journey to get that going on, and that's going to be something that you're looking forward to, right? You do have the King of Cups with the Emperor, the level of emotional satisfaction, and the Emperor kind of just says, it puts out there that the opportunity is available to us. The opportunity is out there. That's going to be something valuable and something that you can do, because the Emperor gives us a license to do something, gives us the ability to do something, and seeing B, meeting B, Emperor gives you that opportunity indeed. And I think that is going to lead you into that realm of a yes. So there we go. And the finale is the Karima has a combo. So let's get, wait a minute. Let's get the Karima phase 1 here. So the Karima, this is your first question of your last reading, and you wanted to change the last question of your last reading. So the first question of the last reading is still valid, and we'll see where that is going to take us. And then we have the last question of the last reading is going to be different. So hopefully I don't screw this up. I think I got this down. All right. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to love, is the BGs say right there. How deep is your love for me right now? Wow, Jesus Christ, the Lovers is the first card. That is what you need right now. You're talking about the full gamut of the love balloons over here with that 7 of Cups. There's a lot of nuances with the love that they have for you, a lot of nuances with kind of where they want to take this or what they're doing. This is a very nuanced relationship with a lot of sort of, a little bit of a cubby hole here in the corner that has something interesting, and a shelf over here that has something interesting. It's a very nuanced relationship. It's not like a generic cartoon character relationship as it goes. Now, does that mean that it requires a little more work than a standard relationship? I think that is something that you have to sort of deal with, right? The more nuances, the more cubby holes with things within them, within the mind, within the relationship, within our feelings, the more work that it takes to sort of get all of these things handled and get all of these things put through, right? Overall, the Page of Swords, so there's some hesitation about communication sometimes, but overall, the Lovers, especially as the first card, says that the level of depth, the level of sort of the good things that are happening here is legitimate indeed. So that is looking good. All right, and the last reading of the last question of the last reading from Karima is, I'd like to change the last question in the last reading. I like to ask. All right. So there we go. Let's see. Let me see if I got what thinks didn't like about me before he started to appreciate me. He started asking, what is it? Daydreams. Okay. All right. So there we go. Last component of the reads tonight. Again, I will be here tomorrow, but I will not be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So be aware of that. The chemo is going to be harsh. It's going to be a badass chemotherapy this time. Anyway, all right. What things didn't he like about me before he started to appreciate? All right. What things didn't he like about me before he started to appreciate instead? All right. All right. So now, well, all right. All right. So I think that's it. There we go. All right. I don't mean to be in pain. Remembered one of your readings. He didn't like some things about me. Okay. So he didn't like some things about you. What things didn't he like about me before he started to clean up? Let's see. Three of Wands. You're a little bit of an airhead when you first met. You're a little bit of an airhead. I think you're all over the place as far as where you wanted to be, what you wanted to do. They really didn't like that, right? That Three of Wands. You had a little bit of an airhead. You're all over the place. You didn't really, not that focused. They didn't know really where you wanted to go, what you wanted to be, what have you. The Six of Cups, too, says you kind of had this childlike look about you, this opinions about you as well. It's almost like you came through as, you know, sort of a little too excited, excitable. They like that childlike kind of aspect from you, but it felt like that you had a little bit of a, a little bit more enthusiasm about everything than they had seen from other people, that they had expected from other people. Ace of Cups says that it's almost like you didn't want to get into a relationship. It was like you didn't want to be in any kind of relationship at the time. I think that you were really hesitant about the whole situation, about the whole environment. And I think you had a lot of hesitation, and they were kind of frustrated with that. You got a couple of aces here too. It didn't feel like that you wanted to build something structurally. It felt like that you were just all over the place, and that was kind of affecting the structural relationship or the structural stability that they kind of wanted to build from there. So that's kind of the things that they were frustrated about before they fell madly in love with you, I guess. Well, there we go. And that is it for me. Thank you for being here. We will see you tomorrow.